Katarina here, and well, I am cruising home. I am just passing this queue right now, and yeah, it's been kind of a busy day. So, you can see some stuff strapped to the back of my truck here, because, yep, I have the new front lip, and as well, I also have the door as well, passenger door. So I'll finally have that non-shitty rusty door. I do have to do some body work to this door, a little bit, not a ton. That'll be good. And then, yeah, I'm honestly very excited for that. So I can realistically, for the most part, I can get that installed on my own pretty quick. I wouldn't mind with the door itself, but like the front flip, I can get on and off fairly easily. The hood, I can do fairly easily. So yeah, Stitch is gonna look a lot different very soon. Very soon. So I hope you all are having an absolutely wonderful evening. I know I am overall. I was able to hang out with my buddy Keith for most of the night. You know, I haven't seen him in a bit, so that was nice. Got to see my old girl again, you know, Lilo. I miss that car so much, but I can't afford her. I wish I could, but I can't. And that's one of the reasons why I got rid of it. But then also, I got rid of it because, like, the top was getting destroyed sitting outside all the time. So I elected to trade it for the Volterberg, and then he just paid for the insurance and registration for it. You know, and that car was not kind to me. As I'm sure if any of you saw that whole saga about a year ago, how all that all went down, or was that 2 years ago now? I think it was 2 years ago. And yeah, but at least, like, the Volterberg is actually getting work done, which is awesome. Like, I love to get the updates from Dave, because like right now it's all in primer, which is amazing. I'm like, holy crap, like, I know he was fixing the rust and stuff, but the fact he's painting it was great. Oh, hi! How's it going there, Matt? There we go. Just past this trucky bucky. Yeah, so I'm in my 76 F250 and I'm cruising home. Just currently on the QE2. And yeah, just passing the semi-truck. That's where we sit. Now, do I know where my revs are at? Nope. I know I'm somewhere around 2,500, give or take. 27 in that range. Haven't a clue. Because there's no tack in this. I want to add a tack, but I just haven't been able to. I mean, I've had money to put one in, like to go buy one. I just haven't done it yet. So, you know. I mean, hell, I still haven't installed the coil yet. That'll cost me no money because I have the coil. And you can see some car parts strapped into the back. You know? That's all Gucci. So, yeah, no, I'm very happy. Very happy. In a good mood. Plus, I have food. So, there's that. The only thing that sucks about this truck, I mean, excluding kind of how loud it is in here, is, well, I kind of have an issue when it comes to the heat is always on. I love how somebody said, what? What are you talking about? That makes no sense. And no, my car, this truck has perfect front rotors. Like, what are you talking about? Again, like, if you're gonna make shit up, at least, you know, have it to where it makes sense. And even like that, you ever heard me pulling across that black glass? Be careful. What does it even mean? What? Herpes don't. That's not how that works. nothing inside the truck. Everything's on the outside. I'm bumping all over the place? Yeah, I'm going down the highway without a steady cam. And no, I don't have a black eye. That's just, my eye might be dirty. But I don't actually have a black eye, no. That's also just like some of the shading, see? But yeah, I'm bumping all over the place because, yeah, that has nothing to do with my rotors. That just has to do with, hi, I'm in a 76 F250. Hey, no worries. No worries at all. To be honest, I'm not upset about that. But yeah, like, it's bouncing all over the place because, yeah, I don't have like a steady cam when I'm alive. So, it's just my phone attached to my windshield that's touching the sun visor up top here so that it stabilizes it somewhat. There we go, but how's it going, everybody? You know, I'm just enjoying my drive. Let's add some food. I'm also, like, it is treated as a 2-liter. Because I have like a 2-liter pop in here, but I can't exactly drink that while going down the road. Not safely. So that'll just wait until I get home, and probably won't be opened up until tomorrow anyway, so it's not a big deal. But honestly, I am just like the driving. Oh, there is a copper. Well, good thing I ain't speeding. What state? I'm Canadian. Hello, Mr. RCMP officer. Please don't pull me over because you see a load in the back of my truck, even though it is 100% secure. Okay, now why are you pressing your brake, dude? It's 110 through here, and you're slamming on your brake because you saw that cop. Brother, we're not even doing 100 anymore. For reference, that's about 62 miles an hour. Okay, cool. He's not coming after me. Because, yeah, I mean, like, my load is secure back here, but... And it's not sticking out anywhere. So, that's a win. But yeah, I'm just currently in Alberta, heading southbound with QE2. Again, no, I don't. Because... I love how you keep saying that, because the phone is shaking. Dude, it's attached to the windshield of a 76 F250. It's actually pretty smooth in here. It's just, it's always going to be bouncy because you're attached to a windshield. And I don't have steady cam. You know, like I don't have a steady camera when I'm live on YouTube. So again, you're talking out of your ass there, bud. My shocks are absolutely fine. My rotors are fine. Everything is fine. It's not because the phone is shaking? Oh, 100% it is. Case in point. Look at that! I'm holding the phone, and it's not shaking because it's not attached to the glass. Maybe I know a thing or two about filming inside of a vehicle, because that's what I do for a living. Oh my god! Like my brother in Christ. Oh, there's like nobody on the road. Actually, that's exactly what you said. But like, I'm paying attention to the road, you know? I'm not distracted at all. Because here's the thing, there's almost nobody ahead of me. There is a semi-truck that is with a 53-foot trailer that is about 800 to 1,000 meters in front of it. So, yeah. Yeah, because like I said, there's no steady cam on my phone because I'm live on YouTube. I don't understand why you're not listening to that. It'll still shake a little bit, but notice that it shook a lot less because it was in my hand instead of mounted to the glass. It's a big difference. It really is. But again, I know a thing or two about filming in a vehicle because, that's what I do. part of how I make money, technically. It's like doing car reviews and shit like that. Now, I don't do that many car reviews, but yeah. See, now that's interesting, because on my end, it looked a lot better when I was holding it. But yeah, regardless though, the shocks and the rotors in my truck are fantastic. In fact, the front shocks have actually been replaced. Now granted, they're at least, 3 years old, but so what? Oh yeah. This truck was inspected like a month ago. And now there is some advisories on this truck, which I will address before winter time especially, because the brake pads going to the back aren't exactly the prettiest thing in the world. Actually, I forgot to write down my mileage this time around, but I did figure out my field mileage. So this thing got just over, it was like 16.69 liters per 100 kilometers, which is 16 miles per gallon imperial, which is 14 US miles per gallon. So, it's not bad. Going to macro test the shocks? I already did that. And again, I think I know my truck far better than some random person in my comment section. Just saying. I've been over the truck, I've checked everything to make sure that everything is good. Because yes, I will drive something that's shitboxy. Case in point, this truck is a shitbox. There's a decent amount of rust on this truck. But it drives smooth, and it's great. And like, case in point, it's not bouncing, like, at all. It's very smooth. You'll believe it when you see it? So, I don't have to prove anything to you, because I know my truck, dude. I know my truck better than some random idiot on the internet. Just saying. But yeah, so, this thing getting, though, like I said, about 16 miles per gallon, it's not that bad. For a 306 with a 4-speed manual in it, and a Data 60 rear end with 373s with 31.6-inch tall tires in the back. It's not bad. I mean, well, again, it's a 300 inline 6, right? It's not a V8, so it does make a big difference. But I mean, my 81 Mustang, it gets over 30 miles per gallon. So, but that's an inline 6, T5 manual, so it actually has an overdrive, 5 rear gears. The tires are only 26 inches tall in the back. Oh, you get the same mileage, like your geared 09 GMC gets the same mileage as my truck? That's funny, actually. I love it. Yeah, like I said, this truck is amazing, and I love it. Now, there's still work to be done. Case in point, I need to swap out my wipers. Or at least the one wiper. I need to do an oil change on this truck still. And I might actually get better mileage with a fresh oil change. And it should. Because like I said, I haven't changed the oil in this thing yet. I am going to. I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow. Because I just need to get an oil filter. I have the oil. So, and then we'll see. Because the oil is actually old in this truck. I will fully admit that. It needs to be changed. It's just I haven't had the money to go buy a filter because, well, I've been broke. We've had a lot of cancellations with the dyno and shit like that, so it's been chewing into my money. Quite good. And good evening there, Umar. How's it going? get about 14 liters per 100 kilometers, which is about 20 miles per gallon, give or take, which is pretty awesome. And that is the 78 Thunderbird. It's got 275 rear gears, and it has a 402 barrel under the hood. It's pretty darn good. You know, for what that is, it gets phenomenal gas mileage. It would get even better if it had like a 4-barrel and a slightly more freer flowing exhaust. Like it doesn't have cats, but it still has the original mufflers on it. You know, so like you put a decent chamber muffler on it, like the Flowmaster 4. You swap out the 2-barrel to 4-barrel, and you're laughing. You'd probably gain an extra, 2 miles to the gallon, give or take, doing that. So it's not bad. Bump up the timing a bit. And that's one thing, like, I haven't touched the timing at all in that car. Because I know it would do a lot better with probably a timing bump to, like, 13 degrees initial, give or take. And, like, around 35 total. Right now, I think she's around 6 degrees initial and, like, 27, 28-ish total. So, bump that up a bit, it would really help out a lot. Okay, don't push that too hard. I don't want to hurt the hood scoop. Sorry. I had a toolbox that was trying to fall into the shifter. It's like, I don't want that. Especially if you shove that bugger into, first gear or something like that. I should probably pull over and put the toolbox in the back, because now I can. I have everything loaded up back there, so I can put it right in behind the cab here. Or even towards the tailgate. Doesn't matter, it's not gonna move. Maybe I'll do that. I just have to find a rest stop. I love this truck. It's just coming in clutch, picking up these parts. And then I was trying to get a EFI manifold for this side of the junkyard, like exhaust manifold. But unfortunately, I was having a lot of difficulties trying to get that puppy out of that engine thing. Because make it so that, like, this has a lot more clearance. Because there isn't like an upper and lower plenum, right? It's just an intake with a carbo. Where on that, it has like an upper and lower plenum to the intake, which you got to take off the upper to have better access to the lower to be able to access the exhaust manifold, because these 306s, they have a weird design, and the exhaust manifold bolts in to like just right beside the intake. So like every hole for the intake bolting in versus the header is just one apart from each other. It's a pretty weird design, actually. You had a 78 Fairmont 4-door that seemed to eat fuel. My 78 LTD with a 3 even more. It wasn't until my 85 SSP Mustang with a 5-speed and my 86 5-liter from a mileage improvement. That makes sense. To be honest, so you didn't have overdrive, right? That Fairmont wouldn't have even had a C5 for the lockup converter. That would have been a C4 automatic. The 78 LTD could have had either a C6 or it could have had an FMX. And again, no overdrive though. You still have a 1-to-1 as your best sort of gear for gas mileage. So that makes sense, to be honest. Where the SSP had the advantage of having, actually that would have been carbureted, where the 86 would have been fuel injected. You believe it wasn't FMX? Yeah, that makes sense. Like, because again, it would have either been a C6 or an FMX. They're similar transmissions. Their gear ratios are about the same. It's just the C6 was heavier duty, that's all. Yeah, the 78, yeah. Because like the 78 T-Bird has a C6 because I've been underneath of it and took a look. Drank oil. Well, mind you, the SSPs also had, I think they had 327 gears in the back. Or, sorry, 373 gears, if I'm not mistaken. Which, coupled with potentially not very tall tires out back, it could potentially drink a decent amount of fuel. Oh, it was unrelated. Fair enough. I was going to say, like, yeah, that could be bad piston rings, that could be bad valve seals, you know, there could be a bunch of shit wrong with that motor. Okay. Would have been, really? So that could have been 308 gears. Yeah. But usually they didn't have that. They usually had a more acceleration type. Oh, really? Interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Oh, nice. I didn't realize this. My marker lights actually work in this truck. I had no idea. Now I'm assuming that Lance checked that out on the inspection, but I had no idea that worked. That's kind of cool. So did the Capri. Okay, so actually the Capri would have got fairly decent mileage. Holy shit! Zoom! Freaking zooming! That just doing like a $1.30 plus. Fun time. Instead of having, 15-year-old tires on this thing, these tires are only like 4 years old. They're amazing. I love them. I'm not buying dirt bikes. Nope. I'd be interested in a motorcycle, but I wouldn't also be hauling it around everywhere. I'd be riding it. Yeah, honestly, I would love to go get an 80s Honda CB500 or something like that. awesome little bike. I can tool around with it, have fun. It'll be decent and quick, and it'll be great. Now, I don't know if I can actually ride a motorcycle though. I have the balance, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I can handle the heat, especially with wearing, all the leathers and stuff on top of it. With like wearing a helmet and wearing like your leather jacket and wearing, the leather pants and stuff, and having like the armor in the arms and stuff, right? And then riding on a crotch rocket that, revs to, 11 grand, right? Like, there's a lot of heat. So, I don't know, we'll see. I might get a motorcycle someday. I'm not sure. I want to, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, the fact that this thing gets 16 miles per gallon, I'm quite impressed with that, actually. And it's funny, because I keep doing, like, front clip swaps on my car. Because, like, and even, like, changing out, like, hoods and stuff, because this will be the 5th point that's been on it. Let's see. The original, plus that one, plus the brown one. Yeah, this will be 5th. This will be 5. Now, I will say, the front bumper has only been swapped out once. So this will be the second time that's happened. And the front fenders are obviously going to be swapped out, which I will be selling the front fenders. And I'll probably end up selling, I'll have to see if I can modify them to fit, because I do want to put the headlight covers onto the Capri front end, but they won't fit right now. They have to be modified. So we'll see if I can get those to fit, and then go from there. So. The rear bumper is in 3 pieces. It's currently flapping about in the wind. Like I'm waiting to get a piece of fiberglass bumper flown at me right now. Yeah, that's pretty sketch. Like, it's funny that people call my stuff like a piece of shit that shouldn't be on the road, yet stuff like that is on the road. properly. Are you, or did you go through Innisfail? Oh, actually, I think you told me about that, but yeah, no. I am nowhere near Innisfail yet. Like, I'm still 70 clicks from Red Deer, so there's that. And that no frills can be long closed by the time I get there. Because that no frills is only open till like, what's that, like 9 or 10, something like that? Maybe even 8. I can't remember. But, yeah. Yeah. I do remember you mentioning them. Yeah, but I've never been to the no frills at Innisfail. To be honest, I don't really, I don't stop at Innisfail. Like, I don't ever have a proper reason to stop at Innisfail usually. Like, unless I'm picking up parts or something, but again, that's rare. I'm normally grabbing parts from, like, Calgary or Edmonton or Red Deer, right? Oh? That sounds fun. And, wait, this guy's doing a Super B with a 53-foot trailer, and then with a flat deck in front of it, hauling pipe? I know you could Super B, but I don't know if you're allowed to do it that way. I could be wrong. I could be talking on my ass, but I don't think so. Huh. But how's that been going there, Chris? I'm doing the dash pad. You know, I need to do the one in this, but frick, that's gonna be a nightmare. Because you have to take the dash bar to actually get that frickin' thing off. It's a dumb design. Where, like in the box body, you just have a few screws up top, you have some screws going up like that, up front, comes right out with, I think there's like 12 screws that hold it. You know, where this, I think it's actually bolted down, but it's underneath. So, I did a lot of effort work to get that off. Now, a buddy of mine apparently has a dash pad for me. He also has new door panels, and he would have a door for me too, which would be nice, because my passenger door is pretty rotten, so. But we'll see. I actually haven't talked with him in a while. I should message him or give him a call. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. See, now it kind of sucks because, like, I'd love to have music playing, but obviously I'm on YouTube, so I can't have anything copyrighted in the background. But then, not only that, hey, look at that, I lost connection for a moment there. I can't really hear the speaker all that well in this truck. So, that's a thing. It is a thing. But yeah. You know, I'm not. But yeah, honestly, I really do like this thing. I just wish it was a little quieter in here. I mean, it's not super surprising it's like really loud in here. Because, well, there's no sound deadening in this truck. I do have a headliner though. It's not a great headliner, but it is a headliner. I have rubber mats on the floor. There are literally rust holes in the floor. My door bottoms are rusty. And I have a glass pack of a muffler, and I think I have a bit of an exhaust leak too. So, fun! Dropping through some rain later, so we'll see. That might spruce things up a bit. base model with AC, vinyl interior, no headliner. Ah, fair enough. This is a F-250 Custom. We think this was a special order truck due to a couple little things. It has the high range, and it's got the NP435 heavy duty 40, where standard would have been the T18. It's still a good transmission, but it's 435 is. And of course it has the headliner in it, which again would have been an option. So, yeah. C30 camper special. Ah, okay. So that's going to have like 4x4 in it and probably, like, probably like 410 rear gear, something like that. Hey, Stacy, how's it going, dude? Nice to see you in the chat. See, and I'm kind of disappointed because I wasn't able to get to the old car show. Even though I only live out in Sunbury, that money was that tight. So, because I know quite a few people actually went there. A couple of my friends did. With 46s? Oof. Jeez. So that thing gets like, what? 6 miles to the gallon, maybe? You know, if that? Because it being a C30, is it a dually as well, or no? Okay, it is the 44. I figured. Yeah. Ooh-wee. I'm surprised it gets that good a gas mileage, actually. But hey, there you go. See, the only thing I hate about this truck, there's no shoulder support at all. Like, my shoulders are freaking killing me right now. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, on the agenda at some point is to get a taller split bench of this thing, I think. Or maybe even bucket seats. And then I just build myself a center console. We'll see. We'll see. This truck, it's amazing how easily this thing fires up. Like, from a cold start. It's interesting. Hot starting it is not as good as cold starting it. But, because, like, I have thought about this. I don't know if I'll actually go through with it or not. But, if I can't figure out the tuning with, oh, hey, that was a first-gen Monte Carlo on a trailer. That thing was cool. But anyway, sorry, I got distracted. So, I've thought about this. I don't know if I'm going to go through with it or not. But, I've been having issues with tuning my Mustang after getting the header installed. spare one in the truck here, and just I just need to go through it, and clean it up and stuff. And because what's interesting, the Carter YFA is way better than the Autolite 1100s, and flows more CFM, and it would be an upgrade for my car. Like, what's interesting is that the 2-barrel got me better drivability, but the 1-barrel would actually gain me a bit of power. And I wouldn't have the weird atomization problem, so that the thing would actually start right if I got rid of the 2-barrel. So, I thought about it, I just don't know if I'm going to commit to that. I really don't know. Because, now granted, I could as well get like my intake machine down to accept the 2-barrel directly so that it actually gains the power from that. But I just don't have the money for that. Because otherwise I absolutely would do that in a heartbeat. I don't know, maybe I'll talk to my buddy Roy and see, because if he still has access to that machine shop, I'll ask him like, hey, what would you charge me to do that? Because he'll like polish the head, or like port the head for free. But like, would he be able to do that and not charge me on the nose for it? I don't know. And one thing I forgot about this truck, the dash lights don't work. So I can still see my speed, barely. My fuel gauge doesn't work anyways. I can barely see the oil gauge, and I can't see the voltmeter. I can see the temperature though, which temperature is just under halfway up the gauge. When I get passed by a trucky wucky, it's a Dodge. It's going on, just to pass me. Oh, fair enough, Chris. Yeah, I mean, like for the most part, my stuff is pretty dialed in. But like I said, just stitched with the header, that's been a nightmare, honestly. I never would have thought putting a header on it would have been a detriment potentially to the car. Because I can't seem to get it to run properly. Like, it'll fire up and it'll drive and everything, but it doesn't have the power that it should. So, I don't know, like I said, that's why I'm tempted to go to the YFA. Just clean it up, rebuild it, slap it on the car, because it wouldn't be hard. It would literally just bolt right on. I could get rid of the 2-barrel adapter, and go from there. And then I could just keep that 2-barrel adapter around, or I could actually sell the 2-barrel adapter. Hard to say what I would do. I'd love to put like a 2-barrel intake or even a 4-barrel intake on this puppy. And then, like, the thing is, if it was a 4-barrel intake, I'd actually probably put a 2-barrel adapter on it, and then put my Holly 500 2-barrel on this with a manual choke, and make this truck just perform a